Hello and welcome back to the Ace Attorney Book Club podcast thing. My name is Ziggy, your host once again. This week I'm joined with a brand new game, um, joined by Goomb and Allie to talk about a brand new
Woo.
game in the Ace Attorney trilogy, Trials and Tribulations. The game,
Trials and tribulations, more like trials and tribulations.
yeah, there's gonna be a lot of trials in this game, but there's gonna be a lot of tribulations. That's what I've been told, and I have experienced in the past. So yeah. It's gonna be pretty exciting. How are you guys doing today? Ready to talk about some Ace Attorney?
I wish this case was longer, but yeah, I'm ready to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's a tutorial.
Yeah,
That's true.
so this week we're actually just talking about one singular case, the tutorial case from this game, and that is because it is probably the most meaty tutorial case out of the trilogy, I guess.
Out of the original trilogy, there's definitely meteor ones later.
Yeah, out of the trilogy. Original. Definitely not as much to talk about as there would be if we did a tutorial and a second case, but it's kind of important. They mix up a lot of things in this one, so I figure we just talk about this. Also, it's going to be after this one, we're probably going to be going on break for a second because there's going to be a bunch of holiday stuff happening. So maybe we should have just waited to start the third game after the holidays, but that's like a long time. So we'll just get in one last one before then. But yeah, we're talking about Turnabout Memories today, the very first case of Trials and Tribulations. With the immediate twist that this time we're not playing as Phoenix Wright anymore. What? Oh my god.
Well, I'd argue that the immediate twist is in the intro, which is already the best intro in the game. Even though this is a game with really strong case intros, I think this is the best one because of the song, mostly.
Yes. It turns out that we are defending Phoenix Wright 5 years in the past.
Which accidentally created a plot hole with, I think it was just the original English translation of Turnabout Sisters, so they had to change it. I think I brought it up when we were talking about Turnabout Sisters, but in the original English script for that case, Phoenix says, I never thought I'd be sitting in the defendant's chair myself. So I had to change that to, I never thought I'd be sitting in the defendant's chair for this case myself.
Wow. Amazing.
I don't know if that was in the Japanese, so I had to specify in the English, because they might have said, like, it might have been written differently in Japanese, you know?
Well, continuity aside, I think it's a good thing that they did this for this case because Mia definitely needed way more character development. She gets like a ton in this first case. So I gotta say, love the Mia stuff. I'm glad that we get to see more of her side and also more of her relationship with Phoenix and how they came to know each other. That's really cool. I guess my overall thoughts before we talk about some more specifics on this case is I'm pretty satisfied with it. I think it sets the stage pretty well for this game, and it's a pretty good tutorial. Probably a bit more interesting than the last one, actually. So definitely more than the first one. Yeah, but what about you, Goom and Allie?
Yeah, I think that this is the first actually good turnabout. I mean, I can't talk. This is actually the first actually good tutorial in Ace Attorney. It's not the first actually good turnabout. That's like a whole no. that was all the way back in like Samurai or something. But it's the first actually good tutorial just because it's the first one with like actual meat on its bones. There's actually interesting things happening. It actually sets up things to happen later in the game. Like its first turnabout barely exists. It's like 10 minutes long. And then Lost Turnabout, like that, anything could happen in that case. You just need to introduce Maggie, I guess. It's not. It's just a thing that happens. But I mean, this one feels much more impactful to the whole game and characters in that game, namely Mia and Phoenix, because they both exist.
Yeah. What about you, Allie? What's your overall thought on this case?
I liked it. I really didn't expect like a prologue sort of episode. Case, I guess is what it's called, not episode. But I really enjoyed it. I'd also I second the thinking it's really good to have some development for Mia because I missed her, and seeing Phoenix as a fucking loser is definitely it's something. It definitely doesn't help me think any higher of him. but a lot higher of Mia. She is somehow even higher on my Smash list after this one.
Yeah, Phoenix is a little whiny in this case. He's got a cold. You know,
He's a baby. He's sick and he's a baby.
He's wearing a mask in like 2004. That's so based.
Well, it's Japan. They do that. They were doing that way more often in Japan. I mean, it's California. What are you talking about?
Japan,
Me?
California. I think they do make mention to the fact that they're in the States in this one. I think I remember the judge saying something about that. So, yeah. Well, how about we hop into this case then? So, this case starts out basically Phoenix is framed for murder. He's framed by killing, what's his name? Doug, I think?
Doug Swallow.
Doug Swallow. I don't know what kind of a play on words name.
Drug Swallow, because he's a pharmacist.
Oh,
or a pharmacy
I
student.
see.
Or a pharmacology student. One of those things.
Yeah. And his motive apparently is jealousy for his girlfriend at the time, Dahlia Hawthorne. Ooh.
Ooga.
Wow. He loves her so much that he even wears a bright pink sweater with a P stitched onto the front.
Yeah.
For
Phoenix.
Definitely.
They had to edit that sprite because in the original Japanese it was, I think it was an N for Naruhodo.
Oh, I see. Interesting.
So every single one of College Phoenix's sprites was edited for localization.
Yeah. There's a lot of callback stuff in this one. I mean, before maybe we get into some of the new character, well, maybe just like one new character really introduced in this. I guess the other one is already dead. We have Winston Payne back in the day with all his pompadour hair. What a guy.
Yeah. Get the origin story for Winston Payne being pathetic.
Yeah. We learn how he lost his hair. That's some deep lore right there.
It is. It's very important.
Yeah.
He's actually more competent in this game, in this tutorial case, than he was in the last two, but at the end he loses all his aura and all his hair. It's very tragic.
Yeah. Very sad.
I did appreciate it being a prologue for him as well, and his role in the prosecuting world.
Yes.
It wasn't always Edgeworth.
Yeah. And we got some more background for everybody's favorite character from Ace Attorney 1, Marvin Grossberg.
This is my favorite Marvin Grossberg case in all of Ace Attorney.
He has hemorrhoids.
Yeah.
I know.
I don't know, Allie, did you ever expect him to show up again? Did you think you saw the last of Marvin Grossberg?
When I realized it was a Mia case, I kind of guessed, but I was really pleasantly surprised that he was.
Did you continue to be pleasant surprised? You talked about his hemorrhoids for the next 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah. But Mia surprised me as well, honestly. This whole case.
There's a lot of good quotes from him.
Yeah, my favorite quote in this entire case is him just going, "It feels like my hemorrhoids are doing the Harlem Shake."
That's such a good one, yeah.
But it's especially funny because the translation for this was written in like 2007 or 2006. The case takes place in 2016, so he is very up to date on the current discourse of the world, canonically.
Yeah.
Because he knows the song came out. So he's talking about it in court. He also calls the judge Greybeard at some point, so he's clearly played Skyrim. He's such a gamer.
Oh, I didn't notice that at all. Grossberg is definitely showing his chops as a lawyer. I mean, he almost gives up immediately, but he is kind of useful in this case, I gotta say. Like, he goes into the records thing and he finds that stuff.
Well, they couldn't make him too powerful because he is kind of useless.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like he's afflicted with the curse where a lot of characters just immediately give up in Ace Attorney.
They should make a Marvin Grossberg game where they explain how he got his hemorrhoids.
Yeah.
That's what the world needs.
That would be cool. When are we going to get Marvin Grossberg's gay adventure with Red White?
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Red White cures his hemorrhoids and they become lovers.
Yeah.
I think that's what Turnabout Sisters is about.
Yeah. I think it's pretty cool that they found a way to bring him back, though, and he's also like the kind of sort of helper guy. It also it also makes a bit more sense, the explanation for using profiles and stuff. I guess just besides Maggie Bird just saying profiles are available now, that's just a new thing that.
Or did they give an explanation about that in this case, or
no? He just said also remember that you can present profiles.
Oh, I skipped. I skipped that text. I just didn't tell. I told him I know how to do things. which I appreciate having as an option.
He says that no matter what, I think.
Oh, maybe I just wasn't paying attention then.
Yeah.
Well, I do appreciate having the option to say I remember how to do things in tutorials. It's very nice.
I think it's because you have to present Doug as the one or the reason that the cord snapped. I can't exactly remember. It's pretty early on. You have to present a profile though.
Yeah.
So
maybe I just did that and I didn't even notice. I don't know. I didn't present wrong things like I did in Ace Attorney 1-1 because I don't think there's any funny dialogue.
yeah.
The judge doesn't tell Mia to hang herself like he does to Phoenix.
Holy crap.
And so he does in case 1. He says if you're in the first turnabout, if you present the wrong stuff, he go really early on. He goes, "You're welcome to hang yourself, Mr. Phoenix Wright, but not inside my courtroom." Or Mr. Wright. I don't remember if he calls him by his full name, like Francisca.
The judge,
anyway, that's not this.
The judge is pretty reasonable in this case up until the latter half, which we'll get into.
Yeah, we got important judge lore where his critics call him Judge Fickle and his supporters call him the Great Judgini.
Yeah,
which I think that was provided by Grossberg, and it's very important.
He always lays down the right verdict, because the ones where he laid down the wrong verdict, those timelines got deleted. So
yeah, they get deleted when you reload the game.
Okay, let's see.
Oh yeah, also for recurring character lore, Payne has a hot wife that you'd be surprised if you saw her.
Oh
yeah.
The judge was surprised.
Yeah, the judge agrees, and then Payne also mentions that he's very loyal to his wife at one point, which I just think is based. We all love Payne. What a man! What a hunk! Auga.
Yeah, he's a real looker in this one. I mean, until he loses his hair, but.
Yeah, do you think his wife divorced him after this case?
Ooh.
Maybe.
She's like, "I only loved you for your hair, and now you don't have it because you lost in court."
I love his sprites where he plays around with his hair, it, like bounces.
What?
Like
it's been like 5 years, Allie, since Payne had hair in the first turnabout. His wife divorced him. Like when he came back from the court, she immediately served him the papers.
Yeah, and I'm
like,
saying that when we see him 5 years later, that he doesn't mention his wife at all.
Yeah.
I thought you were supporting my divorce theory. I thought you were disagreeing.
Oh
with
my
it.
god.
Yeah. Yeah, this might have been Mia might have caused a divorce. You know, I do have to say on this replay, I was going in expecting the reason, like the text surrounding Winston Payne losing his hair to be a bit more like off of an objection or something, but it really wasn't that big in the end. He kind of just started screaming, and then all his hair went away. So.
Well, it's very dramatic because he won't poison himself in the middle of the courtroom.
Yeah. Okay, though. So what do you think about the actual mystery behind this case? So Phoenix is framed for murder by Dahlia Hawthorne in the end. Hopefully I'm not jumping around too much here. And basically the entire first day is you just trying to get the truth out of him about what actually happened, because he doesn't want to implicate her, I think, in it. I think it was done pretty well overall. They ended up reusing the same sort of mystery as in the tutorial of the second game, where like you had the person's watch or whatever. Maybe not necessarily mystery, but just the same thing in general. I guess maybe that's just a trope for the tutorial cases, huh? Where somebody dies and then
there's a clock.
I thought about writing how many times the victim like writes it someone's name in it with like their blood or like in the ground or something. I didn't keep track of that. It's a lot of times. They use it a lot. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff that gets used a lot. It's a mystery game.
I should have realized that was a trope. I realized right as I was saying that.
I mean, I think the watch like stopping at the time of death is like a murder mystery trope in general. Where there's like some circumstance that gets a watch or a clock to stop at the time the victim died.
Yeah.
Somehow electrocution.
Yeah, this is the only, as far as I can remember, this is the only Ace Attorney case where the murder method is electrocution, which, I mean, it's kind of hard to set that up, so I can understand.
Let's see. What else is there? Phoenix also has a massive cold, which is kind of funny for me because I have allergies right now. Allergies or cold, I'm not really sure.
Well, Phoenix got his cold because he slept with the window open at the start of spring, canonically.
Yeah.
I don't know why I remembered that.
Yeah, apparently it's common sense not to do that, but Phoenix doesn't have that common sense, so.
common sense is a weakness anyway. Let's see. The more you let your common sense impede you, the less willing you are to do giant bluffs.
Yeah.
That's why he's such a great lawyer, because he's right all the time.
Exactly. I did notice that there was one moment in this case where they said like you only allowed to present one piece of evidence.
Oh yeah, but you can actually present more than one.
Yeah, they didn't just have your entire health bar be up for grabs.
Yeah, they're a bit nicer about the amount of damage you take in this game compared to Justice for All. I think they realized they were a bit mean in that game.
Yeah.
Also, I think this is the first case where it really starts to happen. There are a lot more character-specific themes in this game. Like Dahlia has Distant Trace for her. That plays. I like that song. I'm just gonna comment on it because good song.
I agree with that. While we're on the topic of songs, actually, I noticed that they already reused some music from Ace Attorney 2. I think specifically when you needed to present evidence at one point, they had like either that or it was a puzzle theme that they already reused. But I found that interesting. There's a
conversation in the like courtroom lobby where they randomly reuse Investigation Core 2002.
Oh yeah, that's right. They reused that one as well. I found that interesting.
That's why I always think of that as like a character theme, but it really isn't. It gets used a lot in Trials and Tribulations, and I'm like, I could have just used. I think of Trials and Tribulations as its own Investigation Core theme. I don't know. I like it better as a character theme, but it's not. So I'll be sad about that, I guess.
Another thing I also almost immediately noticed that they started doing in this case is they play like the sound effects, but at like a higher pitch when it happens for multiple people. I don't know that iconic sound effect that they have when like you figured out a clue or there's somebody has like an inquisitive thought about something. They just played that for like 3 times for people and the pitch just went up every single time. That's just a small thing that I noticed. It's not really that big of a deal, but I found that interesting.
Yeah. After they had their big breakout moment where they had the cell phone spin around during the last case that I didn't talk about at all, they're playing more with the sound effects.
Yeah. Okay, why don't we talk about something actually important here? So Dahlia Hawthorne ends up being the actual person behind this case, who actually has a bit of history with Mia from a case 1 year ago that apparently scarred Mia so bad she didn't do any more cases after that until this time.
Yeah, it does start with Mia Fey's second case very dramatically.
What do you guys think about Dahlia Hawthorne?
Oh, for some reason Grossberg had to remind her about it and like, oh yeah, that is the same lady.
Yeah.
I think she knew. I think she just wasn't saying anything. I think she was being angry.
Oh.
Let's start with you, Allie. What do you think about Hawthorne?
Oh shoot, Adam.
What, Goomb?
Never. It's too late for that. I had a funny joke, but I forgot to make it, so I'm sad.
What is the first name of this Hawthorne character?
Dahlia. Like the flower.
Oh, Dahlia, thank you. I'm like, I know characters' faces and first names, but I don't know the last names very well.
Or is Dahlia not a flower? I thought it was a flower.
Well, first of all, Smash. I really liked her. I continue to like her throughout the story, despite things that get revealed as you go along.
Yeah.
Not because she's a good person, but because she is a bad person. I think is what draws me towards her. So I really love her. And her, I mean, I think it's a fairly simple reveal, but it does have a couple more steps than you might expect. It's like not just, oh, she did it. It's,
Yeah, they almost immediately get in that trope where they have to prove like a crime from in the past. And it's a one this time.
Well, the motive of the murder was to cover up a murder, which is to cover up a murder.
Yeah.
Well, let's cover up a murder attempt to cover up a murder attempt. Let's cover up a murder. Oh, I can't speak. There's a lot of killing she attempts to do in this case.
She's very evil, like thoroughly, and I do appreciate that. Committing to the villain bit, where she really tries to be a nice person, quote unquote, like pretends to be, and gets people to swoon over her. Even the freaking judge, which is I think crazy.
Yeah.
But no, I really like her. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think she's a great villain. She's got a good theme.
She does. I talked about it
would agree
earlier.
with that. I also like her animations a lot. I like the one where she has the butterflies, and then when she actually goes mad, like all the butterflies burn up.
Yeah,
Oh, the
that's her
butterflies
breakdown.
were so
She murders all her butterflies in her breakdown animation by turning around so dramatically. They just explode.
Yeah.
So sad.
Poor butterflies. But yeah, she's pretty evil. I think she's a lot more compelling as a villain. Right away, honestly, I feel like than the other two tutorial cases ones.
Oh yeah.
I like
My brain is bad, so I only think she's hot when she's flipping her hair around and being and actually looking evil. My brain is wrong.
No, I agree.
When she's doing the sprites when she's been found out.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No.
There are certain limitations being a one-day trial and having like 2 witnesses basically. But I think that they did a really good job with it. The case generally.
Yeah. Once again, I lament the not having the Daikyakutin Saibin / the Great Ace Attorney. Listen, I've known about the game since way before it got English translation. I'm going to call that occasionally. I lament not having like the multiple witnesses the same stand at once because Phoenix like chiming in during her testimonies is really funny, and I wish there was like an animation for her just like staring at him.
Oh yeah, that is one.
This game is a Game Boy Advance.
The thing at the same time.
Phoenix like is talking from like the background during her case. In later games, the witnesses like pop in. Well, someone else is on the stand. It doesn't really make that much sense, but it's more dynamic. And then in the Great Ace Attorney games, they have multiple witnesses on the stand at once because those games are crazy. But that is a long time from now. Anyway, like Phoenix gets some great lines about Dahlia not pooping while she's testifying. My perfect little Dolly doesn't poop.
Yeah.
He says that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Phoenix is quite the character in this. I mean, he even eats jewelry in this case and tries to run away from court. So
yeah,
supposedly poisoned jewelry.
Yeah.
Well, it had traces of poison in it. It wasn't actually. There wasn't enough of it left.
It probably would have. I feel like it would have evaporated it by that point, but
yeah, it had been like 8 months.
But still, eating jewelry. I don't know about that.
He is loyal, like Winston Payne.
Oh, yeah, he follows after Winston Payne.
Yeah, he's very inspired by Winston Payne's dedication.
Yeah, I definitely like the way the trial sort of ends with Mia daring Dahlia and Winston to actually try one of the poisoned pills to prove that they were actually poisoned by her. I think that's a good way to end it.
Well, to prove that they weren't actually poisoned, they'd be eating them. And then there's like, nah, I won't. Well, Dahlia says that basically. She goes like, I give up, you win.
Yeah. She knows she's been got.
And then Winston Payne's like, what? I've been defeated. This is an outrage. And then Mina's like, well, if you trust your witness with your life, why don't you prove it right here? And then he loses all his hair. He gets burned so badly that he goes bald.
What a badass. Yeah, Mia is pretty great in this one.
Why would she have Phoenix do it? Phoenix already like figured everything out at the end. Why he becomes more
I don't know, because
serious
he still wasn't believing it.
No, he comes around at the end in the lobby. That's why he switches to a serious sprite like the entire conversation. And then he starts talking about like,
I want to be a lawyer.
Taking being a lawyer more seriously.
Yeah, because I think originally he said he's an art student.
He was an art student, but he was doing a bit of law studying on the side, which is how he met Dahlia, because they were in the courtroom at the same time.
Conveniently.
He was just kind of there. I think that's pretty much it, though, for this case.
Dahlia had to break up with her poison provider boyfriend so she could get the evidence back that she gave to evidence holding boyfriend.
Yeah.
Wait, my favorite quote. Sorry.
Yeah, you go.
I have it somewhere. Well, we know now whose milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
Yeah.
I think about that one a lot. I think about that line a lot from this case, but I think about the hemorrhoids during the Harlem Shake even more. So that's the more iconic quote to me.
It's both and.
You already took the Harlem Shake one, so I took a screenshot of this one that also made me laugh. Another Grossberg quote in response to Mia saying, "Ooh, My stomach is not to be used as your personal soccer ball.
Oh yeah, like attacking Grossberg every single time Dahlia is like, or every time Phoenix acts like lovey-dovey towards Dahlia at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then also at the very end, there's a really great Grossberg moment from Hemorrhoids at Grossberg where he's like talking about his hemorrhoids at the very end of the trial, and they're all in the lobby. And he just goes, "Sir, could you stop talking about them?" And he just goes, "Humph, that's rather rude."
Rather rude.
That's how they end the whole thing on.
Rather rude.
It is. Like, come on, let the man talk about his hemorrhoids.
That's all he has in this case. That's his entire character in this case.
It is.
And hand evidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's there to
slightly useful in this case.
He's there to talk about his hemorrhoids and say, "Remember, this is how you lost your boyfriend, Mia. Remember that good time?" That is what he says. Well, he says, or it details how you came to lose your boyfriend or something like that, which is a bit more sensitive than I was making him out to be. But he says that he talks about his hemorrhoids for like another 15 minutes, so you can see why I'm not painting him in the best of light.
Yeah.
But it's funny, so it's okay.
All right. Well, I guess before we wrap up here, then, any other thoughts on this case? I will say for me, and also just so you know, Allie, I feel like this game out of the trilogy, the cases are the most connected than they've ever been compared to some of the other games. So I would definitely try to remember a lot of the details if you can between a lot of these cases.
Oh yeah, we're conveniently taking a break, so try not to forget about Dahlia and Grossberg and Mia and young Phoenix.
I actually already remembered a detail that I can't talk about. I'd have to only be able to DM it to Goomb, but I found it pretty interesting that I didn't notice on my first playthrough. So hopefully I'll be able to bring it up again once we get to near the end of this game. But yeah, I feel like this entire game, they spent a lot more time trying to make everything intertwined more than they are in the other games. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I noticed a certain character has a very similar character on this Master Pass list to themselves.
Yes.
So we'll see what the lore implications are of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a teaser there. Well, if nobody else has anything, I also forgot to mention this. We have new music in this game. My thoughts on this music are definitely it gives me the impression that we're like in the end game now.
Oh yeah.
Like things are getting real, I guess.
When you were saying that the Justice for All trial theme was your favorite, I was immediately thinking I like the Trials and more. I just didn't say it. More? I do.
I don't know. I'm not sure if I exactly like the objection theme as much in this one. It doesn't hit as hard for me, and the trial opening doesn't hit as hard for me either. I don't know.
Really, the trial opening is like my favorite one.
But this one is still good, obviously.
Objection to the original Objection is my favorite of the GBA objection theme. Objection 2001.
Yeah.
I'd say it's 2001, 2004, 2002 for me, but everyone is entitled to their own opinion. But most of the the cross-examination themes I think they're also my favorite from this trilogy. I don't know. I think the Trials and Tribulations is a really, really strong soundtrack. Well, all of Ace Attorney does, but especially this one.
Yeah. I don't know. This soundtrack just gives me the vibes of, yeah, we've already done this for 2 games. Now things are like, these trials really are getting it up there. So, but I don't know. Maybe that won't exactly fit the vibe of the next case when we do that in like 3 weeks. 3 or 4 weeks or something like that. So, yeah. That case is coming up. So, all right. Well, if that's all of our thoughts on this, then I guess we can wrap up here. How about we go with Allie first this time? Allie, where would you rank this case on your letter scaling?
On the letter scaling, where is it? I put it below 2-3 on A, great, but above 1-3 and 2-2. So it's still below 1-5, 1-4, and 2-4.
Glad you've adopted the numbering scheme that everyone uses from me using it so often.
Yeah,
it's not on the tier list. It is not just me that uses that. That's why it's on the tier list. I didn't do that independently, but I do
I like-
definitely do that very frequently when I'm talking
I
about
like
them.
numbering things like that.
All right. How about I go next then, and then we'll have Goomb. So for me, I think that this case is definitely better. I think it's the best tutorial case we've had so far. So above both of those for sure. Since I'm just doing a straight ordering here, I guess I would put it above. I don't think I can put it above Turnabout Samurai. I think I would put it just below that. Still above like the first case of Ace Attorney 1 and all the tutorials. But I don't know. I mean, it's just a one-day thing. It's very good though. Very solid. I wouldn't say Turnabout Samurai is like way better, but they're probably on par. So yeah, that's my ranking for me. What about you, Goomb?
I always forget what I previously gave these things because the emotions chart is so subjective. But
You're allowed to have repeat emotions. It's okay.
I mean, I know I can't have them. I'm just trying. Like I'm just saying this case makes me feel connected, which is apparently an emotion.
Ah, that's pretty good.
Because I think it's good, but it's especially good when you have the full context of the rest of everything in this game, which Ziggy and I both have. So
Oh boy,
yeah,
we're really building that up for you, Allie. Sorry.
I'm gonna love it.
This game's pretty connected. All right. Well,
I don't know why connected is an emotion.
I think that'll pretty much do it for this shorter episode here. Before we leave, Goob, where can people find you?
Well, actually, I'm in the library room of the court house in case anyone wants to dispose of any murder weapons. You can find me. I'll pick it up for you, and then we can become lovers for 8 months until you try to kill me. I think that's a good plan.
Ah, okay. All right. What about you, Allie?
Objection. You can find me and your other Duckponders on the Duckpond YouTube channel at Duckpondians, spelled DUCKPONDIANS. I know how to spell. Thank you.
All right. And as always, you can find me here on the Ziggy YouTube channel. Make sure once you're doing your cross-examination to press the like and subscribe button and the bell. Whenever the
Hit
next,
that bell.
And you'll be notified whenever the next book club episode comes out. Sorry about the holidays, but it'll be a bit.
Or join us for our next episode in the Duck Pond.
But yes, we will be back to weekly whenever that happens again, unless any huge holidays or things happen. So yeah, that's pretty much do it here for this episode. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you in some amount of time. Bye.
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 Bye. Bye-bye.
I'm glad I'm glad that we had 4 people. We had me, Goomb, Allie, and Goomb's cat.
Yeah.
We
Sorry, she was
your
freaking
cat
out
the entire time.
I couldn't stop talking to let her in, so she's stuck there freaking out.